Sneha Chatterjee. Sneha Chatterjee is from West Bengal. Actually, she is also living in Calcutta. So you're really actually happy, so much happy to meet her just because of her nature. Actually, when she started the speaking, and you're really, really happy because of you can understand, you cannot feel that she is speaking in English. But actually, I just considered every time when you just speaking by your heart, you can understand to anyone, you can speak to anyone when you just listen by your heart, when you listen by heart, definitely it is really, really easy to connect with anyone. And of course you also can understand to that person, so definitely you can understand easily Sneha ji. So let's begin to Sneha Chatterjee. Once again, you're the most welcome. Yes.
Thank you so much, Richaji. I love your vibe, your energy. You're so colorful and bright and optimistic. Thank you so much for inviting me for this talk today. I would love to have this amazing conversation with you. I am so excited and I would love to have this amazing conversation with you. So the first time you messaged me, I thought that I need to do this. I have to do this because I saw this optimistic and approach in you, and I really felt this connection with you, and I believe that our core values are very much in sync. So I am really pleased to be here today. Hello everyone. Thank you.
Thank you so much once again. Good evening, Sneha. Good evening to you. And seriously, seriously, you're the most welcome from bottom of my heart at the
Thank
session. And yeah, so actually, I'm just recording this call. I'm just recording this call. Actually, I want to tell to everyone that who is Sneha. And actually, Sneha is my really, really good friend. She also met me online platform, and guys, I just tell you one thing. Actually, she has really, really great quality. Just see, you can see to her that she is so much beautiful. But
thank
I can say she's so much beautiful by mindset, by heart set, and by internally, outwardly. She's so much beautiful because of actually her heart so beautiful. So I really so much love you, love you, Neha. Sorry, Sneha. Sorry, Sneha. Oh my
Thank you
God.
so much, Richa. I loved what you said about understanding and feeling a person from your heart. You know, a lot of times what happens is that people are too much in their head and they try to analyze each and everything by being overly logic. But logic is not the only way to understand life. I always talk about balance between yin and yang, the masculine and the feminine, the right brain and the left and the left brain. So I believe in balance. So when you just look into the eyes of a person, you can just see and feel his being. You know, you can be the best actor in the whole world, but once I look into your eyes, you're finished, you're naked, and all your truth, all your secrets are out in the open. I loved what you said about understanding a person from the heart. I also try to do that, and I feel the person. I don't just analyze logically what words the person is using, but I try to see what his or her intent is, and what her perspective is, and what freshness and insight this person can give to me. I'm always eager to learn a new, a fresh anything from the person sitting opposite to me, and I love to give my full attention to that person. That's just I'm just summing it up, my perspective on mindfulness and connecting with people in these few words.
Thank you so much. That's why I consider to you that you are really actually, person can be beautiful by looking. Person can be beautiful by heart. But that persons can be icing of cake. Means I want to say that person is beautiful. That person is talented. But still, after the talented person, that person also thinking to learn new things. It is a really very biggest quality which I considered about you. Seriously, I just
Thank
whenever
you.
I just see to you, Sneha, and I just see new Sneha because I
Ah,
just
that's you are just zen, you are so meditative already. Because yes, you know, in philosophy we always talk about, like, we think that the sun will rise every day in around this particular time, but for a meditator the sun is rising at 5:30 for the first time, and he's just in the now. What you just said now, it just went to my heart straight like an arrow. You're such an awesome communicator.
thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, Sneha, actually, I know you that you are my good friend, you are my really, really best friend. But I want to tell to my audience as well that who is the greatest personality among us. So once again, I would like to say once again, you're the most welcome this session.
Thank
So
you.
Sneha ji, could you please introduce yourself?
Sure. Yeah, so hi everyone. I am an actress in the Bengali film industry. I have worked in several projects here since 2015. I have worked in Z Bangla, Star Jalsa, Aakash Aath in some amazing daily popular series like Goyenda Ginnie, then there's Bojina She Bojina, then there's Satyamev Jayate, wonderful shows. And I'm very picky with the roles I do, and whatever role I do, I just give my 100%. And I've been really fortunate to work with some of the biggest names in the industry. But honestly, sometimes like I really love to connect with people, not just from the film industry, but from everywhere else. So coming back, yeah, I love what I do with my work. And apart from that, in 2018, I took off a year. Even after finding success in film industry, I felt like something was complete. Like I needed to learn something. Something was missing, and I just decided that's when I actually discovered meditation in 2017. I actually took that 1 year off. I stopped accepting those film offers. I needed to spend time with myself. So I went to the Himalayas. I stayed in some of the monasteries. I've stayed in some of the isolated places, starting from Ladakh in Kashmir to Uttarakhand, Himachal, and towards in the eastern side in Sikkim. And oh my God, the time I spent, the mentors I had, I'm so grateful for that. And whatever I am today, it's all attributed to my mindfulness practice. And I can keep on talking about that for hours. But yeah, that's just about me. Apart from that, I love reading science fiction. I love reading about Indian philosophy, Western philosophy, and any sort of literature that actually provokes me to see something in a new light and gives me fascinating insight about the human nature and about myself. So I'll give you a warning. I'm gonna talk a lot. So yeah, that's it about me.
This is really, really great thing that you are talking a lot because it is actually it's also with me that when I just start the speaking at that time, no one can stop to me. I have to control to myself. Just reach up, me, just control, control to yourself. So it's really like it's happened with me as well.
But when I feel someone like-minded, vibrating in the same energy, that's when you'll never know when I stop talking. That happens to me as
Exactly. Exactly. So, guys, actually now you can search and you also can see whatever you have any questions you can ask to directly Sneha Chatterjee in like by the chatting by the comment, and you also can ask any questions whatever you want to ask any questions about that, because today we will discuss about etiquette, manners, mindful meditations, or karma, because she has really really great knowledge. And she's actually, you can see, oh my god, like whenever we also see on the television and on the LED, so we also so much imagination, yeah, that's our actress. So they have actually knowledge. Of course, she's so much intelligent. How can I tell to you that she has having a lot of multiple talents. She has reading talent. She has actually she also giving some public speaking on another applications. I will tell you, but for that you will have to stay here till end. Okay, so and you are meeting right now actress from West Bengal, and her name is Sneha Chatterjee. Sneha Chatterjee. So still, actually, when I'm so much impressed on her, so much impressed on Sneha ji once more, because when actually in a beginning of time I don't want to waste time to anyone. Okay, when I just notice to anyone some person has really really great talent, great quality, and that person has really very good skill and really very some humble by the heart. So I just ask the questions like, are you ready to make podcast with me or not? So I know that because time is really very precious, no one has time to checking the messages as well. So I just directly asked the Sneha ji, and Sneha ji say yes. She didn't know me, she didn't ask any questions, she didn't any kind of query. She said yes, and that's a yes. I really so much blessed on her. I'm not saying that, actually I'm not selfish that she's saying to me yes and that's why I love her. No, actually thing is that actually I want to tell some things. When a person is really very responsible and you are really very professional, so it's your responsibility that you have to ping that person. But Sneha ji continuously touch me before one day, before twice day, before thrice day, that okay Richa ji, are you ready or not, okay, I will definitely I will meet you on Wednesday. And today what happened, we will about we was about to meet to each other on 5:30, at the on 5:30. But what happened, it's happened my side, some constructions also continued, and just because of the constructions noise I couldn't continue. And I just messaged to Sneha, Sneha ji, please, it is really very difficult for me, and it will be actually hectic for me to continue this conversation. And you can understand, actually, she is actress, and but her actually her nature and everyone so much busy, and she's also so much busy. But still, she's saying, "It's okay, no worries. We will continue later. I will wait for you 1 hour, 30 minutes, 40 minutes. So definitely we will continue. And now you can see. So I want to tell you about the humanity. It's not necessary someone, everyone is busy, but you have intentions to actually to continue with that person. So definitely you can tell, you can adjust to adjust if that thing is happened by you. You can manage you can manage your timing, so of course you can do that. And you also can learn these lessons by Sneha Chatterjee.
Thank you, Richa. So, yeah, I'm really humbled and touched by all the amazing compliments and kind words you said to me. I'm really touched. Thank you so much. I feel the same way about you. Thank you.
Thank you so much once again. Actually, I have questions, Sneha. Sneha ji, I have questions that if I just give you one task, and that task is, if I just say, is Sneha, you are really very beautiful. You have really very good family as well. And so how to oh my God, how to proceed you in one word? Like how to tell to us about your personality in one word. Suppose I just give you example. I'm really very confident. So I just to tell you, if someone is telling to me that please just try to tell about your personality in one word. So I just tell about me that confidence. So this kind of word I want to know about you. That word is actually perfectly reflect by your personality.
Yeah. So I'm actually thinking about this one word that shaped my life. It's made me who I am. It's not necessarily something that is an attribute about myself. So the word is watch. What I have done from my childhood, early childhood, is that I have always watched and I have always observed, and I have not blindly taken up any beliefs and thinking patterns that is just coming from second hand knowledge, but I believe in first hand knowledge, raw observation. So the word watch really defines me because it's just this one word. If I were to die today, if you were to have have a word inscribed in the tomb, in the stone, I would have you inscribe this word watch, because this is the word that changed my life. I was reading in a book about this thinker Osho, actually, and he was asked how would you sum up meditation in one word, and he chose this, watch. And since that day I'm just carrying this one word. So whenever anybody asks me to say describe myself in a word, I just say watch. Watch without any bias, watch unfiltered, be in the now. That is going to teach you more lessons than books and everything, all the second hand knowledge. So it
Wow,
really
that's
sums
really
me.
cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, so Sneha ji, could you please tell me about what do you think about the etiquette?
Etiquette, yes.
Right,
So
right.
coming to etiquette, as we all know that communication is the bridge that we establish between ourselves and the other person, and even though a language has its own limitations, we still try to express it through words and through our nonverbal communication. So coming to etiquette, now of course there's a difference between etiquette and manners. Like suppose if you're out in a restaurant and you don't know how to keep the fork and spoon, it's still perfectly fine, but manners comes before etiquette. If somebody wishes you good morning and you just look away and go ahead, that's not a good manner. So manners come first, and followed by that we come to etiquette. So etiquette is a very social it's a social construct, and it varies from country to country. So I believe that a proper etiquette is something that shows your respect towards other people. It's in your code of conduct, the way you like today you immediately informed me that there's a construction going on, and I was really thankful that you said me that on time. And yeah, that this is etiquette and this is manners at the same time. So I believe that proper etiquette and manners can only stem if you are, first of all, you're already kind and empathetic. Otherwise, if we can pretend and we can have all the amazing etiquette in the world, but it won't really matter. So that comes first. So coming to etiquette, yes, it varies from society to society. Like in India, we say namaste. In Japan, we may bow down our heads and greet a person. It's important to know these set of etiquette. So one thing I'll share, I have from my perspective, I always make sure to be to like suppose I'm meeting somebody for the first time. So for me, proper etiquette means asking the right questions and not crossing the other person's boundaries. So suppose if I talk to someone, I say hi, and then immediately I go down to what does your father do? What does your mother do? What does your sister do? And what does your uncle and aunt do? Oh, tell me about your uncle and aunt. Oh, tell me about your neighbor. So that is some people do that, and so it's really important to be cautious that you only stick to the essentials and skip all the non-essentials. And by doing that, you are respecting the other person's boundaries. Like some people, like I actually took etiquette lessons in London last year. So one of the questions that they avoid asking in general is where do you live? Like instead of asking that, because when we say where do you live or what part of the city you live, we automatically make several set of assumptions and judgments about that person's economic situation, perhaps about their lineage and history. So in avoid to scrutinize into those details, I think it's a better thing to ask where is home for you. So that for me is a better etiquette. So suppose you instead of asking somebody what university did you go to, so even there here there is a set of judgments and assumptions that we can assume about a person. Instead of that, I ask what is your area of interest, what subjects do you like studying, and then if the person is interested in telling me about their education details, then of course I would love to listen. So it's about probing and asking the right questions. That for me is great etiquette. And of course, it stems from your manners and your kindness and empathy and who you are.
Absolutely, absolutely. You're
Yeah.
saying right, actually, absolutely. If we will, actually, etiquette also reflect the personality and your
Yeah.
family background as well. Am I right, Sneha ji?
Yes, absolutely. It does.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Actually, if we will not follow the etiquette, so definitely a lot of people also saying same things that you are actually which you are belong to which family, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
and
So, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
and
It's your upbringing. Yeah. Please continue.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I know it's okay. Continue, please.
No, I'm done. Yeah.
Oh, that's really good. So yeah, of course, if someone is like using a bad words and abusing and any slang, so definitely that person also so much not say to that person. That person will not judge to that person. That person is using us bad words, but yeah, actually surrounding a lot of people point out the families and parent as well. So definitely. if you will think about that, about your parents and about your respect, so definitely we will have to concern always about the etiquette. Etiquette really really gives you value, respect, a lot of loves, and of course etiquette gives you your family value as well.
Yes, very
Yeah.
true.
Actually there is a condition, Sneha ji. Suppose you are really so much hurry. Okay, you're really so much hurry, and your baby, okay, I just give you example. Okay, so
Sure.
okay, so you will have to go office, or you will have to go like you will have to shoot for some like videos and some pictures as well, and your baby is also like so much late for like schools. Okay, so in these situations what will you do? Like you just concern to your baby, or you will like you will have to go firstly to shoot.
So it really depends on my priorities. Like, so you asked me if my child is late, so it could create consequences. Now, of course, in shoot specifically, like I need to really sign the contract and I need to be on time. And in this respect, work is really my priority. So I'll have to adjust. I will have to inform them early on, but I will have to make sure that I'm there on time, and I'll think about something. Really, it depends upon that situation. The
Okay,
problem
okay,
solving hat, I need to put that on, and I need to manage accordingly so that the least amount of inconveniences is required by the directors and the team. So I would really have to put work first. You know, a lot of actors and like sometimes it happens during shooting that I am going there. I am in the shooting spot since early in the morning, 4 o'clock, and then this is actually an example of bad etiquette. Like once, what happened was that I was coming there with a cab, and this director told me that you need to go to this address and you need to also pick up this person. And of course I agreed. I reluctantly agreed. Then it was 4 a.m. There was no metro stations also on during that time, so I had to go and pick this person up, and this person was like really inconsiderate of my time. She was just getting ready, and she was in call. Like I was invited to sit inside his house, and I was just saying that amount of carelessness. So when you are being careless with your time, it really shows. So in my situation, because the things are not under my control, it's perfectly understandable. But when something is in your control and you're not taking consideration of the other person, it's really a bad etiquette. So next time if I'm asked to pick her up, I'm going to say that no, I have issues with this and I need to communicate that accordingly. So yeah, it's about priorities and respect. So later afterwards, what happened was that we finally reached 6:30. I was waiting, and then we reached in the studio at 11 a.m. So imagine, it's all about our priorities, and people do that, and it's
exactly.
reality. We accept it, and we just need to make the most of our time. That's all.
Absolutely, absolutely. We also can say, yeah, of course. Thank you so much. Thank you. And actually, yeah, I can understand that that was actually really, really difficult conditions and situation as well. It's depend on the situation, but we cannot manage that things that we will have to go to shoot, and we will have to like our children also so much late to go schools, and still like we will have to concern on that things. So
Yeah.
sometimes some people also thinking like if I will talk about the personal life, or if we will talk about the children's love as well, so definitely children also can think and that mama also cannot give me time. So but if children will see like children see whole thing is really very important, and my mama so much concerned about that thing, and she also having that things that shoots and videos and like pictures and everything, and that was actually on the time. So definitely child can understand it's not necessary, there is no any love and no, it's means actually I want to say one thing about the child, that child will understand, and child obviously will love you a lot, because she gonna proud on you. Oh my god, my mama so much conscious relate to the work. Am I right, Sneha ji?
Yeah, but yeah, it really depends on the priorities. So suppose if the child has some exam and it's really urgent and it's something that I need to get involved in the family, if no one else can take care, then of course I have to talk to the team and I have to ascertain how much time I can reach to the studio. So it really depends on the priorities because uh, because even though work is priority, but it really depends on how important it is. So in case if it was an exam, then I would have really sat and I would have thought about it, and then maybe I would have gone to the shooting place late. So really depends on the priorities. I would have understood if somebody was mad at me, it's perfectly fine. So it's about ultimately it's about what I need to make the best of my time, and it's okay. Sometimes we have the best of intentions, and sometimes we do the right thing, but some people may not understand you, but that's perfectly fine. Like for me is from my side, I did my best. So if suppose I was late, I would have been late in that situation at night before going to bed, I would have just journaled about it and that's it. I would not continuously think about it any further, and I would just wash it out of my system. I would just tell myself, I would just give myself a pat in the back. Okay, you did your best, that's fine, wash it out. So yeah, this is life.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now I can understand that. Really, really. Like today I'm talking first time with actress, and now I can feel what is a difficult life, and how can you manage all things about the family, about everything, about your professional life, but you're really very humble. Seriously,
Thank
so
you.
I don't have words how to consider to you. Thank
Thank
you so much.
you so
So
much.
actually, next question is that if I just ask you, Sneha ji, that only one rule, like according to you, what is the best etiquette for you? Only in one word, or like hi, hello, good morning. Is it okay? Okay, but I want to ask you only one word.
So obviously it would be respect. For me, etiquette equates respect and how I conduct with myself, with the world, and yeah, it just boils down to that one word. I cannot use any other word. I can't think of any other better word than respect.
Wow, that's really, really cool. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay. So if you want to ask me any questions, you can ask me any questions about etiquette, Sneha ji.
Sure, well, nothing comes to mind. I will, at the minute some question pops, I'll let you know.
Thank you so much. Thank you. It is really, really pleasure for me. If you also will ask me any questions, so definitely I would like to try to do my best. Definitely. Otherwise, I'm so much feeling, nervous. Oh my God, I'm talking with Sneha ji.
Two friends in a conversation. That's all.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, so now we will talk about mindfulness. This is your actually favorite. You already considered it that, yeah, it is
This
your
is
favorite.
yes.
Yeah. So what do
Yeah.
you think about mindfulness meditation?
So just in case I don't drift away and talk for hours, I'll try to be, I'll try to sum it up in as limited time as possible, in as less time as possible. So mindfulness for me, I'll actually talk about the word spirituality. So these days, people are using the word spirituality, mindfulness, meditation in very loose terms, interchangingly. So for me, how I define spirituality is again with the word watch, one who is constantly alert and watching. So for me, a spiritual being means one who is aware about themselves. Like I am aware about myself and I'm continuously learning about myself first. So the gestalt is actually changed for other people. What it is that they are more in touch with their immediate outside world than their inner world. For me, the change and transformation, the life actually begins within, and then you reflect yourself outside. So this is how it is for me. So for me, a spiritual being is one who is aware about all his or her
like you also want to give any kind of messages to the audience so that people also can think what is the value of the timing, what is the value of life, what is the value of professional life. So in this era, like for the motivate the people, you also wanted to give any kind of messages to the audience. So definitely they also can think that we are really very important, our life important.
Yeah, so my message for this lifetime, it's obviously that take charge of your life. Don't be in the victim stage. Don't just blame in your outer circumstances. Just make the best use of yourself. Whatever you give, life gives you lemons. You make lemonade or you do anything, but make the most of it. And obviously, like today, I see people mindlessly spending away. They tell us that they don't have time, but in reality, they're just chatting away, and then they also say that I need to pass the time and I'm bored. So when you say these contradictory things, you don't even realize what you're doing. That's just your it depends on your programming. So the way you have programmed yourself, you have established a set of habits, like you have this we have this habit that okay, we just do things mechanically. So the purpose of awareness is to awaken yourselves to your highest possibilities. You know, one thing, one fact we all know, that death is a certain thing. One today or tomorrow we are about to die. So you would just disappear away just like that. So while you are here, be mindful of the content that you consume, be mindful of the books you read. What you aspire is ultimately who you are. And just before desiring anything, just ask yourself, is this really worth desiring at all? And just reflect on your actions, and not just logically but from your heart, that yin and yang, masculine feminine energy you are. And see yourself, I mean, if you see yourself as a limited person, you are going to have a limited life. So constantly ask yourselves, question every thought, every belief that you have. Is this belief holding me back, or is this actually helping me? Because if you won't take responsibility for yourself, nobody will. So you are mindlessly scrolling on your Instagram, you wake up in the morning and then something triggers you and you feel jealous, and then you're carried away with the torrent of thoughts. So you are not in control, and the true distraction, it's not outside on the phone notifications, it's not in outside, it's actually in you. So if I my only message is that please take responsibility for yourself and your life, and be responsible. If you don't do this, I have come across so many 60-year-olds men, they get retirement and then they don't know what to do with their times. They get into addictive behavior. Sometimes they get into smoking, sometimes they do get into gaming, sometimes they get addicted to several different things. So it's your responsibility now to reset your system and to start afresh. You need to tell yourself that from today onwards, priority will be in knowing myself, because when I know myself and when I know what my core values are, who I stand for, I will prioritize, I will know what to do, and all the actions that I will take, there will be a coherence, there will be an integrated, like until you're crystallized and integrated, until you find clarity. It's like you are being manipulated by the society has so many ways of conditioning you, manipulating you, that unless you have this position, unless you have this Ferrari, unless you have unless you